So I thought it would be a really good idea to make a what I eat in a day video, because I get quite a lot of people asking me what I do eat in a day, and to be honest it varies a lot, but I'm just gonna record everything I've eaten today and share it with you guys. It's actually 11 AM, don't judge me. We got in really late last night and we didn't get to sleep until like 3, half 3 in the morning. We got out of bed at 10 and Philip has just gone to work. I'm gonna make some breakfast and then I'm gonna go and do the gym. I would normally already be in the gym by now. When I say in the gym, I mean doing the running machine upstairs, which isn't really a gym, it's just a machine, but I would normally be doing that by now. So yeah, it's kind of going a bit later today, but it's all good. The clocks went back a couple nights ago, so technically it's still 10 AM. Please excuse the state of me. This is how I wake up in the morning, if you're wondering. I'm also really pale, so maybe I'll try and sunbathe today because it is such a nice day outside. Summer is finally here. What I have been eating lately in the morning is some porridge, and I used to eat this all the time and then I stopped for a while. I think because I started living in hot countries, and like when you're in a hot country it doesn't really put you in the mood for porridge, but this is a really good winter breakfast, and even though it's a nice day outside I'm still eating it because I actually just really enjoy the taste of it. Really just guess how much to put in. That should be enough. Oat milk, again just guessing. Okay, so now I'm just stirring that all together and I'm just gonna basically make it hot. I like my porridge quite thick. And in case you're wondering, the chocolate powder that I've used is from yoursuper.com and it's called Chocolate Lover. And I basically was just Googling the best kind of organic protein mixes and different food blends, like superfood blends. And I came across this brand and they are 100% natural, 100% plant-based, gluten-free and certified organic. So I thought, why not? And it comes with so many different flavors. Like I bought a whole package, so I have loads of different mixes, and this is the chocolate flavor. If there's any way of making chocolate healthy, like I'm all over it. So this one actually has cacao, because cacao and cocoa are two different things if you didn't know, because I actually didn't know that. And carob, this is like some type of vegetable fruit thing that you've probably never seen before. Coconut, chia seeds and lucuma. You have to tell me if I'm pronouncing these wrong because they're like really exotic fruits that I've just never had to even say out loud before. Do still add my secret ingredient, which is, and can I just say, look at the packaging of this honey. How amazing is that? And it comes with this little honeycomb thingy, and you lift it up and there is your honey inside. How cute. So I have always been eating Manuka honey because my mum has always been obsessed with it and she's always told me about it growing up. Anytime like we're sick, like me or my sisters, she would make us a honey and water or like honey and lemon drink. It is only a few compounds away from being actual human blood. So it is the closest possible thing in the world to eating human blood. I don't know why that's a good thing, but apparently it is. This is Manuka honey and this is a really special one. It comes from New Zealand and it is antibacterial, antiviral, has loads of antioxidants. I just thought with this virus it is the perfect time to be eating stuff like this. So I just stir in 1 teaspoon. It's really expensive, by the way. Like it is, I don't know, just completely ridiculous amount of money to spend on honey if you ask me. But I just thought, why not? It's just a one-off and I was really curious to see the difference because I would normally buy like Manuka honey just in the supermarket. But this time I just thought I'm gonna go all out and see what the difference is. It literally tastes like caramel. Almost forgot to put my other secret ingredient, chia seeds. And I've been eating these every morning lately. They fill you up so much. If you put a teaspoon of these in your smoothie, like you'll be so full. Keep you full for a long time as well, so it stops you getting hungry so often. Also, if you don't eat fish, these are full of omega-3. ignore the mess I've made. This is the breakfast of the day. I would normally put like some nuts on top of this, but my nuts are all out of date. And I didn't even know nuts could go out of date. But I tried one the other day in a recipe and it tasted really bad. So if you weren't aware, guys, nuts can go out of date and they will taste disgusting. So basically, everywhere I go, I sit cross-legged. Does anyone else do that? I could be anywhere, like in the car, in the doctor's office, and I just always sit cross-legged. My friends call me a Buddha. So me and Philip usually drink out of glass bottles, but we've run out and they need to get them replaced. So we stopped at the gas station last night and bought these plastic bottles. And when we first came to live in this apartment, there was no, like, because nobody speaks English around here, so it took me a while to like get used to like finding my way around and stuff. And there's this little shop at the end of our road that will bring us glass bottles, but in the beginning I didn't know this, so we were just drinking from plastic bottles all the time, which was really annoying me because you know what I'm like. By the way, the recycling is so bad in Switzerland. Like, I cannot tell you how hard it is to find a recycling place to recycle the plastic bottles. Me and Philip have been in the car literally driving around the streets, getting out and looking at the bins to see like if there's any recycling for the plastic, and there's not. There's glass, there's aluminium, there's cardboard ones everywhere, but it is like so difficult to find a plastic bottle recycling. And the one and only one I found is in my supermarket, but I wasn't throwing these away in the meantime, and we were getting through so many of these. He was getting really annoyed because they were just there, like I was just leaving them to pile up because I was like refusing to throw them away. And then he was getting really annoyed at like the rubbish, and so was I, to be fair. So I started hiding them. There was like a cupboard just full of plastic bottles. And then when I found the supermarket, I like took them all like a crazy woman to the supermarket. The one in the supermarket is not for that, it's just for like, I feel like the one plastic bottle that you just put through the hole. It's got a hole like this, and you just put one bottle at a time. So there I was standing there just like with my 50 bottles, just putting them all through the hole. In England, you have one recycling bin and you just put everything that can be recycled in that bin, and it's so much easier. And I don't know why these other countries are not like that. I feel like it makes people less likely to recycle because it's actually not easy and like you have to go and find the bin. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my porridge now. I'm just about to do a workout, and before I do, I'm gonna prep my lunch. So today for lunch I'm going to have a really Italian style lunch, and it's going to be roasted peppers with some olive oil and garlic. It's one of my favourite things to eat, and it's so easy and quick to make, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So all you do is put the peppers in the oven, and this is really a typical lunch for me and Philip. I'll just show you. So you just put them on the tray, you don't need to put anything on them. And then you just leave them in the oven to cook for 40 minutes about. You can kind of look at them and see when they're ready. I actually forgot to preheat my oven, so it could take a little bit longer. In the meantime, I'm going to go upstairs and do a workout. It's such a beautiful day outside. It's so beautiful outside. We've just had these palm trees put in. Of course, I cannot forget to feed my baby. So when you take them out of the oven, they should look something like this, and the skin is kind of loose and coming off. And you're just going to want to leave them to cool down for about half an hour. Okay guys, so I've just finished my workout and I've just had a shower. Now I'm going to go finish making lunch. It's actually 4 o'clock here, and it's really late to have lunch, to be honest, but because we went to bed so late last night, everything's just been like delayed today. It'll probably be a late dinner too tonight. I'm going to peel this skin off. Not everybody does this when they roast peppers, but I don't really like the skin, and this is just how I've kind of always ate them, without the skin. So I just did my workout, and I didn't do my yoga today because, I don't know, it just feels like it got so late and I hadn't eaten lunch and I wanted to make this video. So maybe I'm gonna do my yoga afterwards. I have a German lesson booked in at 7 o'clock tonight. And I also wanted to write in my book a little bit as well. So I have some stuff that I want to do today. Yeah, basically it is still in full-on lockdown here and everything's just shut down, everything's closed. You can go on walks and there are people on the streets, but which I do. Like, I do go on quite a lot of walks, to be honest, because I like walking. And the scenery here in Switzerland is amazing. Like, it's the most beautiful place I think I've ever been. It's just like you have the mountains and the lakes and it's so peaceful. It's really nice. Once the peppers are in the bowl, I just add some garlic and salt, and then I'm gonna pour in some olive oil. Okay, and this is a typical lunch for me. We have some olives, my peppers, and some bread, and a little bit of spare olive oil there, just in case I need to dip my bread in some more olive oil. I love olive oil. So as I just mentioned, I'm obsessed with olive oil, and I have been for a long time, but it's got a lot worse lately. I don't know what it is, maybe it's lockdown. But this is the best olive oil I've ever had, and I need to tell you about it. Like, it's won the top 10 olive oil award. I mean, that says something. Me and Philip, we will both, if we're hungry and we just want a snack, we would just get some olive oil and some bread and just dip it in the olive oil. We both love it. Okay, so I just finished eating my lunch and it was really good. If you haven't tried roasted peppers, I highly recommend that you try them. And try them in this way, like peel the skin off and put them with some garlic and olive oil. They are so good. So lately I've been following this thing called intuitive eating, and I've been following it for a while now. And it's basically where you eat whatever you want, whenever you want. And I really used to be a person, I'm just going to zip this up because it's a bit distracting. And I really used to be a person that would follow diets, and I would limit myself in calories, I would skip meals. I never ever had an eating disorder, but I would just always kind of worry about my weight and how I look, and like, I don't know, I was never like really happy with my body, and I was always worried about what I was eating affecting my body, if you know what I mean. I'm sure a lot of girls can relate out there. And I'm actually writing a book about it at the moment, because I just think it needs to be like shared with other people, especially other girls my age. And in the book I'm actually writing about intuitive eating and meditation. If you haven't heard about it, please look it up. I don't know when my book's going to be ready, so don't wait. Don't wait for me, but it's like, if you can read up on it, then do so. Especially if you're someone that kind of is always following diets or trying to lose weight all the time. When you start intuitive eating, you have to give yourself permission to eat whatever you want, and you cannot say no to yourself. So like, you literally, if you want chocolate, you have permission to go and eat the chocolate guilt-free, go eat the whole thing if you want it. And it's that giving yourself permission that makes you realise what you really want. What's really important when you're intuitive eating as well is you have to really listen to your body and know when you're full, because a lot of people just eat mindlessly, and I was one of them. You have a plate of food and you think that you have to finish your plate. Maybe you're just eating while you're watching TV and you're not aware of how much you're eating. Maybe you know you're full, but you're just choosing to eat past it because it's the chocolate bar and you know you're not supposed to have it. And when you listen to your body, you know when you're full, and then you have more of a understanding of when to stop eating, because it's not the actual food that makes you fat, so to speak. The poison is in the dose a lot of the time. I don't know, you have to try it out for yourself. It's really crazy. And now I just eat really whatever I want to eat, and I'm so happy with my body. I don't worry about these things anymore, and yeah, I haven't gained any weight. If anything, you lose weight because it stops the binging cycle. So what happens is you follow a diet for a certain amount of time and then you end up crashing. Maybe it's Christmas, maybe it's your birthday, and you end up just stuffing your face, and it's this starvation and binging cycle that you're on. That's the dangerous thing about it. You need something that's going to be consistent, sustainable for the rest of your life. And yeah, intuitive eating is really that for me anyway. So if you haven't heard about it, look it up. So yeah, I'm going to go upstairs writing my book, and then I have a German lesson, and I will see you at dinner. is the ingredients for dinner. We have got some noodles, a carrot, some string beans, some bean sprouts, mushrooms and a spring onion there. And I think that is everything. Oh, and I'm going to put in an onion and garlic, which is not here. I'm going to be cooking dinner today, even though I almost didn't cook it because I'm not that hungry. And I thought Philip ate at work, but it turns out he has not eaten anything. And he's coming home in 5 minutes, so I wanted to make him something. It really bothers me that he doesn't eat all day. Okay, just gonna put a little bit of olive oil in. Actually, I usually cook with coconut oil, but I don't have any right now. I always try and sneak as many vegetables as I can in any dish. Even my porridge this morning, I would normally put some nuts or something in it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna spiralize it, which isn't really spiralizing, it's kind of just, I grate it like this to make like spirals. And then with the rest of the carrot, I'm just gonna cut it up in small pieces. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm gonna cut up my spring onion. By the way, I'm so sorry about the light in here, it's so yellow. It's not the biggest spring onions you've ever seen in your life. It's like, I'm only 3 of these. It's the same length as my arm. I'm just gonna add, for the sauce, we are gonna put 2 heaped tablespoons of peanut butter, 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon of tamari. That was a big teaspoon. 15 tablespoons of this in there. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of brown rice miso. Oh, fuck! Okay, I'm then gonna go and add my noodles. I'm gonna give that a big stir. I'm then gonna add my sauce. You have no idea how much Philip eats. 3 of my meals is like 1 of his meals. And then I just topped with some spring onions.
It's more than you.
No, I just got you on camera.
This woman is the best woman in the world. She cooks for me, she waits for me until I come home from work. And guess what? I work like a fucking animal. I work like a horse, which is okay because I live a beautiful life and I try to provide my girlfriend Lucia with the best life possible.
And I provide you with dinner.
Solution, obviously, it's a lot right now. New direction, new brand.
So me and Philip always watch Vikings when we eat dinner, by the way. This is like our new hobby to do together.
This fucking series never ends.
Bon appetit.
I'm making a video without wearing makeup, it's cute.